What's going on, everybody? Here, and welcome back to some more once human. We're once human. We're back. We are going to talk about more tips and tricks and the server restarts, item transfers, and all of the questions that you have about a new server, about what items to take, about how to bring items, about all the stuff. We're going to answer those questions, hopefully here for you in one easy spot, along with some tips and tricks with there's some bugs and things going on, which I'm going to tell you about as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, like, subscribe, all fun things, and let's just go ahead and let's get right on into it, shall we? Okay, so for starting off, what I want to talk about is the server transfer itself, and let's go and let's look at it here. So if you go to escape and you hit your whatever you're at over here, you're going to see whatever week you're on. Now, I'm on week 1, obviously, because I just started. This is the hard mode server. Once you hit a new dawn, this is going to be the settlement phase. Now, I have a video that I pre-recorded for this. I'm going to play that right now, and it's of me going from the settlement phase, going from here to the new server. Now, at the time, I didn't understand how the items were going to transfer over, but as a quick little, TLDR, you don't have to do anything. Anything that you had in your inventory, in your base inventory, in your Jeep inventory, wherever it's at, it is all automatically brought into a space-time backpack, which you can access right here. If you go click on this guy, you can access it. It's all in here. So it's all automatic. You don't have to do anything, but I want to show you that clip. I want to show you the video so that way you can see what it's going to look like once you're able to do it, and then we'll come back to this. All right, so if you are on phase 6, if you're not on phase 6, don't worry. Once your server hits phase 6, you're going to have this option available. Well, once you're on phase 6, you're going to have a new server sign up option. So basically, you're going to hit sign up. You're going to choose your thing that you're going to do. Now, these two are not available yet. I've heard rumors that once these become available, that regardless of if you sign up for a new server or not, you'll be able to jump ship from your server to join these. I don't know if that's the case, but anyways, we're not getting any new content. We are getting new difficulties. So if you go back to Manubis again, you'll see that these are all normal difficulty, which is a step up from novice. Now, we are going to be joining a hard mode server, so difficulty hard, unregistered. I'm registered for this one already. It is full now, of course, but yes, we're gonna be joining that one. Now, when it comes to moving things over, basically I'm just gonna hit this button right here and we're gonna start a new season. But as far as moving things over, it's kind of confusing because it says Eternal Land to send supplies to Eternal Land, and it tells you to come over here to this thing, right? Well, there's nothing to do here. So I believe what has happened is I believe they actually changed this a little bit to where they will automatically take all of your stuff and just take whatever you can. So we're going to test that today. And if I lose all my stuff, then guess what? It's for the content. So let's go ahead and look at my backpack first, because there's also the rumors that like it's just your backpack stuff that gets taken. So let's see. I've got an electric rock drill in my inventory. I've got a fishing rod. I do not have and this will actually be a good test for this. I do not have a pickaxe on me. I don't have a pickaxe in here anywhere. So let's see. You know what? I want to craft a pickaxe and throw it in here. Hold on. We're going to craft a pickaxe. We're going to throw it in, then we're just going to make sure that we're good to go. Okay, so like I said, I want to go ahead. I'm going to throw a drill into storage here, and I'm going to throw a pickaxe into storage here. Because I'm pretty sure we can bring a pickaxe over, almost positive we can, but this way I know what inventory got brought over and which one did not. So pickaxe is in the inventory, pickaxe is not in here. That's it. I'm gonna leave everything else alone. I'm not gonna gather anything else. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start into here. We're gonna go into, actually, I think, is this open? No. Okay. So we're gonna go to sign up. We're gonna go to our new server. If you're curious about these new servers, they're basically, you have your difficulty, and then you have some modifiers over here. You can basically scroll through and read all these. So we're gonna go ahead, start new season. Once you move to the new server, you'll not be able to return, confirm, and proceed. Confirm. We're rolling. I'm super excited for this. All right, here we are. Enter game. There's our new server. Now, the server is full, unfortunately, so if you are trying to join my server, you probably are not going to be able to, because this is the first hard mode server. I believe another hard mode server has popped up, but I believe it's not opening for another like 2 or 3 days. So there is that, which is kind of unfortunate. We're going to go ahead, hang out here, get loaded in, and then once I get loaded in, we'll bring you back. All right, so oh my God, we're literally just dropping in. A new scenario is open. The sky's for, okay, cool. Switch to less guidance. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we've got all this stuff. Here we go. Where are we at? So we are, oh, we're right over here. Okay. Oh my gosh, people are dropping in left and right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just get down in here. And let's see what we can do. All right, so we've got a task mode. Simplified and more streamlined experience with only the essential task guidance, territory forms. Okay, cool. Or complete experience tasks in full. We're going to go with simplified. Absolutely. All right, so here's the question. Here's the question of the day. If I go to my inventory and I click on, okay, inherent resources. So these are all the resources that we brought over. Okay, and then we go to this. Okay, so this is my inventory currently. Well, wait, items from the past season. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. My heart dropped. I was like, are you kidding me? Because this was highlighted. So it looks like everything. Okay, is the pickaxe here? All right. So yes, it automatically brings everything over for you. You don't have to put anything anywhere. It will automatically bring it over here. Because this alloy pickaxe was in my base storage. It is now over here. These were actually in my Jeep, so it brought those over here as well. Now what's cool about this is you can actually select these and you can actually hit transfer and you can come through and you can pick stuff they want to transfer over. Now keep in mind that some of these have a level requirement, so don't just go like bringing your your memento or whatever here, over here or whatever. Actually, oh my God, that is so expensive. Don't do that. But deviants I think might be worth it. And a deviant is 800 points, so that's not terrible. The deviant that I would probably bring over, let's see, I'd probably bring over one of my hounds. These are both level 1 hounds, but you know what? They're still super handy. I'd probably bring over a farming guy like immediately. I'd probably bring over this guy. I'd probably bring over that guy. You know what? Honestly, in all honesty, I wouldn't do any of this until later game. I would wait, just enjoy the game, start it up, have fun, and do your things. But as you can see, all of your stuff gets brought over. I could bring over gear, but again, we have a level difficulty, a level requirement for a lot of this stuff, so we need to be careful with that. But now, the next question I have, okay, so welcome back. Do we get our motorcycle? No vehicle permissions yet. Okay. Now, what does the map look like? So we do have the full map available, it looks like. Oh, it says unable to access. So it does look like we have to progress and go through things and do everything. Okay. All right, so there you go. There you have it. That's what you do. Your inventory automatically transfers over for you. Enjoy. Hopefully that helps. All right, so you are in a new server, all the things, all the stuff. It's fantastic. Now, you want to bring stuff over. So let's talk about the stuff. Let's talk about stuff you can bring over. If you can bring it over, it will be in here for you. If you cannot bring it over, it will not be in here for you. Yes, you can bring over controllers. Controllers are very expensive, though. And we're going to talk about expensive and what I mean by that. And you can bring over a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, you can bring over weapons. You can bring over all this other stuff. So here, let's see. If I go to transfer to season backpack, I can go over here and look at all. I have all the weapons that I had from last season. Now you're thinking, yes, amazing. No, it's not. Don't bring your weapons and your gear over. Your weapons and your gear, don't bring them over. It's not worth it. And I'm going to tell you why. These weapons cost 10,000 of whatever. I don't know what currency this is called, but you get 20,000 of it total. That's it. 20,000 total. One of these weapons is 10,000. So if you go and you pick up yourself this weapon, this weapon still has a required level of 40. By the time you hit level 40, you can build it again. Don't bring your weapons. Don't bring your gear. Rebuild it. It's super easy because you have your blueprints. You have everything already unlocked. So let's say, like, a quick caveat. Once you get your gear workbench and once you get whatever, you literally can go over here, you can go to craft armor, and you can craft all your legendary stuff at tier 1. That's all you do. You just craft at tier 1. Just craft everything at tier 1, and you have all of your stuff, even your nice little legendary stuff, tier 1. You can use it right away. And then eventually you work up to, your tier 5 stuff again. So just do that. Now, let's talk about the actual transferring of items over here. So you're going to click on your Spacetime backpack. You're going to click on your Transfer Season backpack. Now, there is a bug. Oh, they fixed it. Okay, good. There was a bug with deviants. People's deviants weren't showing up, but it wasn't having a scroll bar on here. It wasn't showing all the deviants that you had. So you had to like kind of finagle it, but since this is fixed, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Things that I think are worth bringing over from the very beginning. The first things that I brought over were a electric rock drill and a chainsaw. I don't believe the solar drill can be brought over. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment down below if you know for sure. But I think the solar drill is one of the items that cannot be brought over. The electric rock drill can, which I had a brand new one made before I came in, and then I had a brand new chainsaw as well. So I brought those two over. Those two saved me so much time and energy, and they cost 20. One of them was 2,500. The other one was 1,000, I think, or it was like 1,500. Super worth it. Now the other thing. That might be it. That might be the only things I say to bring over for now. Everything else I would wait until the end of the game for, except for possibly your deviations. So I went ahead and I did bring over one of my Lone Wolf's Whisperer because that's my favorite combat deviant. That's what I use for everything. And these are only 800 a pop. So you can see, it says like how much I'm going to have left now. So it goes from 12.3 to 11.5. So 800 a pop. So what I brought over personally, and now this might not be a good idea to most people. This might be a terrible idea to most people. Is I brought a Lone Wolf's Whisper over. I actually brought over a. I did not bring over a Digby Boy, and I did not bring over a Logging Beaver, even though I wanted to, because those are super nice and easy resources in the early game, but you can pick them up so early in the game. It's just not worth bringing those over. I did bring over myself. I brought over a Buzzy Bee. I brought over the Fungus Room, the Mushroom guy. I brought over each of those, and then is that it? Are those the two that I brought over? You know what? I might have brought over a miner. I might have brought over a miner boy, just because getting resources is super easy. But I brought over a fungus and I brought over a Buzzy Bee because I tried to go out and get them. I couldn't find them. And they're gonna help me farm stuff in the beginning because right now I need to set up a farm and get farming because yeah, that's what I need to do. So I brought those over because I thought they were worth it personally. The reason that I brought them over was because farming is going to be essential in the hard mode servers because food and water lasts half as long. So getting those higher quality foods up going, is a little bit more important. So that's why I went ahead and did that. Now, other questions I've been getting. Basically about the hard mode server, about other servers, things like that. So if you are on a server and you are not to the point of this final phase here, your server is over here somewhere, you're not going to transfer servers until you hit this one over here. You're not going to do it. You're going to have to go through all of these, and then once you get over here, that's when you'll be able to transfer servers. I had a lot of people asking me questions about that. So yeah, that's when you're going to transfer servers. Now, a lot of other questions I got, like I said, when it comes to moving items over, a lot of people are really stuck. There's certain items that everybody was really stuck on a different item. I streamed for 12 hours the other day when we started the server, and people were just asking like, oh, can you bring over these? It's like, yes, but for me, I'm like, but why would you do that? So things you can bring over that I got to ask questions about, but I wouldn't, and I don't think you should either. Any kind of food source, I don't think it's worth it. Like these ales right here, like if I brought over these ales, that's so expensive. That's like what, 2,000 or what was that? 1,400. It's 100 a piece for those. No, thank you. I'll wait. I can drink water. You know what I mean? Food stuff, it's not worth it. When it comes to other things, you can bring over controllers, and 20 points per controller is actually not terrible. This is something that I would say wait until later. Don't do this now. Don't get this now and rush in and be like, oh my God, I need to get those controllers now because I'm going to run out. Wait till later. Wait till you actually do run out because these aren't going anywhere. You can get these whenever. Save those points for when you're like, oh, late game, end game. You're like, shoot, I really wish I had this. Acid. People were asking me about acid like crazy. I don't know why. Yes, you can bring it over, but here's like 933. That leaves me with 2,000 points total. Why would I bring over the acid? I don't know. You can farm it in the game. It's super easy. Don't bring over acid. Don't do that. Like, what are you doing? That's crazy. Your craziness. Yes, you can bring over these cortexes, but again, they're super expensive. Like these are 90 a pop. This is almost 1,000 for 7. Not worth it. You can get your own in the game easy enough. You can bring over Stardust Source, but again, I don't think it's really necessary. I think you can farm it in the game. Like I said, you start off at level 1. You start off at level 1 and do everything over again. And I'm going to talk about the missions too. So you're going to go through and get rewards and do things and kill enemies and go through mobs and like go through bosses and get the drops. Like if I go to my inventory right now, so I have 29 controllers on me. All of my Stardust source I have in a storage over here. So like just from playing, I am level 27. Like I said, we did this 12-hour stream. I have accumulated 655 Stardust already just from playing the game. Like I haven't even done anything. I'm not even in an end game area where Stardust is easier to farm. So you don't need to do that. So don't worry about that. Also, other items that I guess like I got a lot of questions about. It's like people are like, oh, can you bring over this? Can you bring over that? Ammo. Don't bring over ammo. What are you doing? Don't bring over ammo. Don't use anything above steel either. Like I don't know. Don't do it. Now, other things that I got asked a lot about, obviously, don't bring over resources, things like that. Like, just don't bring. These resources you have here are very like this is all you have. That's a finite amount. So save it till when you need it. You know what I mean? Like if you need something, if you're like, man, this deviation, honestly, I'll tell you right now, one of the deviations I'm thinking about bringing over is this little frog, the frog, the leaper, because it gives you the free fishing bait. I've tried finding it. I tried finding it multiple times yesterday throughout the 12-hour stream. I couldn't find it. I'm thinking about bringing him over. 800 things for it. Unlimited fishing bait. You know what? I'm thinking about it. It might be worth it. Maybe not to you, but to me, it might be. Electric eels, I don't think it's worth it because those are just too easy as well. But other things. Okay, so let's talk about everything else that's brought over from your other server because I got a lot of questions about these. So, yes, your blueprints are all brought over. Every blueprint you had unlocked is brought over. Every fragment you had is brought over. It's behind my head, behind the camera right here. But all your fragments, all your pieces, they're all there. They're all waiting for you, so you don't have to worry about that. All of your Starcrom is brought over. Your energy links is turned into astral sand, so it's not brought over, but energy links are super easy to get anyways. But your Starcrom is all brought over. If we go into the Manibus stuff, we go to season goals and your Mitsuku marks or whatever, those are all brought over. If you didn't buy the statue, yes, your marks get brought over. You can buy the statue once you get over to your next server. It's all right. Then there is there's also the furniture. People were asking about the phase 1 furniture. So guess what? All this furniture is still here. I believe it's the same furniture that it was before. I don't know that I would spend any Starcrom on this because I don't know why I would. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I wouldn't spend Starcrom on here, but there's all of that. So yes, all of those marks stay over. All of your Starcrom brings over. Now, the next question is the wish machine. Let's talk about the wish machine and blueprints. So let me head over to a settlement. I haven't built a wish machine yet. But let me just head over to a settlement and we'll talk about that. All right, so the wish machine. This is one of the biggest questions. First question that I get is the blueprint shop. Is there anything new and exciting for this server or anything like that? No, I do not believe there is. I don't know. I did not take full memory stock of everything that there was, but I don't believe that there's any new blueprints for this new thing. I believe everything's exactly the same. So no, there's nothing new there. And then as far as the Make-A-Wish part, this part can actually change based on the server from what I've seen. So right now it's all locked. But our first two is we're actually going to get the jackpot and the ultimate reward is actually the Jaws blueprint, which is really cool. Kind of unfortunate because one of these before was actually my shrapnel build rifle, and I was hoping it was gonna be the shrapnel build rifle again so I could get that blueprint and upgrade it, but it doesn't look like it is now, so it is what it is. And then these two are the same as they were in the last one, which is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping, but these two are different. Now, I believe that these two can actually change depending on the server that you're on. So let's actually go ahead and talk about the servers now as well, and along with the void and the balance, because I know a lot of people are probably gonna be asking my questions about that. So if we go to season info and I go to scenario season tags. So basically I'm on hard mode here. And I believe they're actually opening up more hard mode servers. So keep an eye out for those if you're wanting to do hard mode servers. But what you're going to be looking at is, I had a lot of people asking me about these. So there are void and balance deviant invasions. So super anomaly void. So basically there is a void type enemy, and void deviants start with a shield that grants them immunity to most damage effects. So they are immune to almost everything you throw at them, except power surge, unstable bomber, or you can use a cradle override, anti-void cradle override. And we'll talk about that here in a second as well. And basically there's another enemy type that's called, it's a balance. The exact same thing. Well, to they will recover HP over time after taking damage, and in order to countermeasure that, you can do they don't have a shield, but they have like a little special ability, and in order to counter that, you have a Cradle override for anti-balance. So there's a void enemy and a balance enemy, and this is an anti-balance, and then there's you can also do burn damage or frost vortex damage to those guys as well. Now we're going to talk about the override here, which is the countermeasures, which is actually these Cradle overrides. So I'll talk about those here in a second. This is well, you know what? I'll just read through this, and then, because sometimes this can be confusing. So, super anomaly countermeasures. So the countermeasures to these guys right here: shotguns and rifles counter the super anomaly void. So shotguns and rifles counter the void. That's what your anti-void is going to be. And then the sniper rifles and pistols can counter super anomaly balance. So that's going to be your anti-balance Cradle override, and we'll show you those in here in a second as well. And then down here you can see your wish machine. So this I could see this before joining the game. You should be able to see this before joining the game as well. You should be able to hit you should be able to click on something and look at these. So you can see a wish machine blueprint. This is going to have that's going to be in there, and then this one's going to be in here as well. So if you wanted to say you were, making your perfect gear, your perfect build or whatever like that, and you could decide your entire server based on what the wish machine was going to have in it, because it could give you more blueprint points. So there is that. And then calibration blueprints, frugal style, suits, pistols, and sniper rifles, allowing for ammo replenishment from missed shots. As well. But let's look at those cradles, and let's look at those things real quick, because it's not just like you apply it and it's good to go. So the cradles have gotten swapped up a little bit. We used to have, I believe, 4 options now. One of those options has been removed from each category and replaced with something season specific. So these ones are season specific. Now, like I said, there's those anti ones, right? Well, you have to pick which anti-one you want. So I said anti-void shotgun or anti-void rifle. So you have to choose, okay, do I want to equip a anti-void rifle? So if I'm using any kind of rifle, I can deal 100% damage to a void, which is the one that has the shield. Or do I just want to run the appropriate damage type and then save this for something else? Same goes with the balance. So do you want to use a pistol for anti-balance, or do you want to use a sniper rifle for anti-balance? If you're using a pistol, you're going to want to make sure to have a pistol one equipped. If you're going to use a sniper rifle, you want to make sure you have your sniper rifle one equipped. It's not like one trait that is anti-void and anti-balance, and it works for everything, if that makes sense. So yeah, there is that. And then there are some other things, like I don't know if these are new, but like sky operation, jump and glide speed plus 15% and damage reduction plus 10% while jumping and gliding. That's kind of cool. Hitting weak spots, reloading grants a shield equal to 30% of max HP while the shield is active. Weapon damage reduction plus 15%. There's some pretty neat stuff here. So yeah, waiting till we gotta wait till we hit the next level, and then we can get these. But yeah, so that I think covers most of everything. Like I said, your blueprints are here, your mods are still here, your cosmetics are still here. Oh, also, the other question I got is, if you go into your gear, we go into here, I go into my accessories, all my accessories were there immediately. So you can click on any of these. Anything you had unlocked already, you can just basically put on right away. So literally, I built this and I put everything on it. It's fantastic. It's amazing. So swapping servers and is not meant to be a big, huge, devastating thing, and it's not a big, huge, devastating thing. And I think a lot of people were getting worked up about restarting, and they're like being told that you're gonna restart is it's, I wouldn't say it's restart. I would say it's like new game plus. You still get to access the same gear and the same things that you had, except you have to do the journey again. Now, the plan for this, and the original plan, I believe, I don't know, this is like hasn't been confirmed, is that you would be able to select another scenario and be able to do something different. So right now, the scenarios that they only have the 2 scenarios. They only have the PvP scenario and they only have the PvE scenario. The PvE scenario is the Manibus one, which we're on right now. And the PvP one is, I can't remember the name of it, but they only have those 2 scenarios. So the idea is that you would finish this scenario, the Manibus scenario, and then you would go on to the next one, which I believe is like the Long Winter or something like that. And then you could play that one. And then once you play that one, you could say, oh, you know what? I want to go back to the Manibus one again, but I want to go into a little bit more difficulty difficulty mode or something like that. And then you go back and play that one. And then by the time you played that one, there might be another third option coming out for another, you know what I mean? Another PvE seasonal thing or whatever is going on. So, and I think that they were trying to have those other two ready for this first time, but I think that, like, you know, with you know, developing or whatever like that, I just don't think it happened. So the PvP one is supposed to come out next month, and the PvE one is supposed to come out in October. Yes, September for PvP, October for PvE. So I'm hoping that we finish this server and get all of this done by the time that they're ready for the next one. But I know a lot of people were like, oh, I'm just going to wait for that. That's a long time waiting. It's a long time waiting. It's going to be boring. Now, when those do come out, I don't know if you're going to be able to swap to the new servers or not. I've heard that you could. I've heard they've talked about it, but I don't know. So, yeah, but that's going to end it. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, all the things. Again, like, we've been streaming this a lot. We did a 12-hour stream the other day. It was fantastic. I stream over here on YouTube. We stream over on Twitch as well. So if you want to check out there, if you want to follow there, also you can follow around all the other social media places, Twitter, Discord, whatever have you. I am everywhere. But thanks again for coming out. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.